Everybody, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric on the bar for today, an American single malt, Stranahan's Blue Peak. As always here on the channel, no taste finish review. This whiskey is coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you've yet to take a second, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss these reviews. They come out every Friday here on YouTube. I also have a Tuesday happy hour every Tasty Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see you there. Stranahan's. This is a single malt distillery that is coming out of Denver, Colorado. This Blue Peak, kind of their introductory range. This is the most inexpensive of the stuff you can find currently on the shelves. And here is the tale of the tape. Inspired by Spanish sherry bodegas, at the heart of our distillery sit unique oak vats called foeders and never emptied. Here we carefully marry them together, cast together of our aged single malts, creating a harmonious whiskey of unique and unusual depth and complexity. 100% malted barley, cut to proof with Rocky Mountain water. There you go. So basically they're using a Solera model, older barrels on the bottom, younger ones on top, continuous stream going down. So you're getting a little bit of old, a little bit of young in here. As for the Blue Peak itself, 43% ABV. It does not give you much other information. So it looks like we may be looking at an ex-bourbon, ex-sherry cask. As far as age goes, I did look on their website. It's an NES, but this is probably right around that 4 years old malting. So a relatively young whiskey. Here is the label again. Let's get this in the glass and give it a taste. All right. So it does not mention anything about chill filtration or natural color in here, so we can assume they have chill filtered this malt. They do not do that to all of them, and they have likely added some color. So there's one more look at the end. So it does talk about the Solera finish, so on and so forth. That's the color we're looking at. Okay. On the nose. Very spirit and malt forward. Getting a little bit of oak, a bit of this kind of sweet malt, a bit of chocolate. Relatively light, but it does have a little bit of bite. I'm also picking up some cinnamon here. Okay, let's give this a taste. Relatively simple nose, nothing too unique to point out. Here we go on the palate. Quite good. Light, sweet, yellow fruits, red fruits, bit of vanilla and chocolate. As it develops, you get a bit of dryiness, kind of oaky. Some of those chocolate notes, a little bit of coffee, vanilla bean, medium finish. Probably a short medium finish. It does fade a little bit quickly. Let's do one more sip. Again, very palatable, sweet. It does have a little bit of edge to it, which is coming in the form of that spice, oak spice, and a bit of that cinnamon. A very malt-forward grain profile going on here. Grain meaning cereal malted barley, which is 100% malted barley, which is what's been used in here, as it is a single malt. So you are getting a lot of taste of that barley, which is quite nice. The casks are mellow, complementing it a bit. Let's do some water. It is only 43%, so we are not going to put too much on here, just 3 drops. Let's see how this whiskey opens up. Back to the nose. Again, a lot of oak char. Very driven by the oak char here. Maybe some hints of green apple to go with those yellow fruits. Maybe grape, even a little bit, surprisingly. There's a bit of an earthiness to this as well. Okay. Yeah, it's gotten a little bit more dark, a little bit more cask and earthy note driven here with water. Give it a taste. Again, light on the palate. In terms of its viscosity, it is pretty mouth coating. Getting vanilla, some shortbread cookies, some buttery notes. Almost bordering on butterscotch, maybe some dry toffee. Those green apple, yellow apple notes starting to stick through a bit, drying, medium, short medium finish, going into a medium finish, dark chocolate in a lot of it. Not in an overpowering coat your mouth way, but it's really the main event here on the finish. Okay. Stranahan's Blue Peak. This is not an exclusive whiskey in any sense. You should be able to find this on most shelves at your local liquor store, big box or otherwise here in the United States. And when you do, you'll be finding this right around that $40 to $50 price point, which is a good price these days here in 2022. And it's, you know, for the most part, a pretty quality dram. I would put this at about a medium to maybe just a notch above medium in terms of the provincial nature of it. Yes, it is 43. It's not an integrity bottling by any stretch, but you know, they are presenting a relatively unique product, single malt here in the United States from Colorado, and again, not a bad price point. So I'm going to stick with that medium value here on the Stranahan's Blue Peak. So let's get into final thoughts. Where does this whiskey fit in? So American single malts are definitely fast becoming a thing. You have distilleries like Westward, Westland, Balcones even puts one out. Stranahan's, they've been in this game for a bit. And this Blue Peak, as an introductory bottle, not bad at all. I could definitely see myself enjoying sipping this in the summertime, sharing this bottle with friends as an easy drinking, non-offensive whiskey. I would say that the quality of this is a notch above your standard middle, you know, bottom shelf bourbons for sure. It has character. It's a little bit more barrel driven than your average entry level Scotch whiskey, but you know, I do like the fact that despite the barrel characteristic of this, which is definitely coming from the older stuff in the Solera, I would assume, this is really profiling some of that Colorado barley that they're using in this malt. It's quite nice. Not something that I think you need to rush out and buy by any stretch. They do have some other things in their line, which I will be reviewing later. You can also go back and look at one of my live videos where I blind tasted all 4 of these. But as for this Blue Peak, you know, this one fits right in there. I'm going to just give this a slight notch above average. This is a 3.25 out of 5 for me, which means that you should definitely pick this up, the price it's posted at. I wouldn't pay over 50 for this. But definitely try it at a bar if you get the opportunity. I think this is actually a really nice whiskey for the age. And again, with inflation and the way costs are these days, this is fast. This could be easily your next daily drinker. So 3.25 out of 5. If you are a 100-point scale person, you know, we're looking at like right in that 83 range, give or take. Maybe an 80, maybe pushing it a little higher. But yeah, 3.25 out of 5 on the Stranahan's Blue Peak single malt whiskey from the Rocky Mountain city of Denver, Colorado. Let me know in the comments, have you had this whiskey before? What do you think? What do you think about the Stranahan's range in general? Be interested to hear it. And yes, definitely keep in tune. Next, coming up in the next, you know, who knows, couple months, a couple more Stranahan's will be showing up here on the Friday reviews. So you're not going to want to miss those. But for now, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this dram. And with that, I'll send you to your malt musing. We'll catch you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Sláinte.